What's up, guys? It's Paris Head. Welcome back to another episode. This is going to be our week 2 recap / game breakdown. Tennessee Volunteers versus Eastern Tennessee. I want to go ahead and apologize. I did not gather any highlights for today's film, so you're going to kind of be stuck just looking at my face for this video. But nevertheless, I want to still try to give a pretty thorough breakdown of what I saw in Saturday's matchup. So, overall, I think this team did get better from week 1 to week 2. There was some improvements, but there was also some things that we still need to improve on, of course. Starting with the defense. Our D-line. We're still not getting very much pass rush at all. And, I'm not sure what they can really do to generate more of that from the D-line and our outside linebackers, but they need to figure it out because we're approaching conference play here pretty soon, and we need to really pick it up from that front unit. Just not getting very much creativity out of that group. I think our interior guys do a pretty good job of collapsing the pocket and getting some pretty good knockback, but our edge rushers aren't giving us much at all. We did have some tip passes. I think Kyle Phillips had like 3 or 4 tip passes, which is great, which is what you want to see, but just need to see more production out of that group. I think they did pretty well stopping the run and holding their gaps for the most part, getting some pretty good knockback in the run game. But pass rush needs to improve. Our linebackers, I think they're still playing a little bit too slow for my liking. They need to, when they identify it, they need to come downhill now and fill their gaps. A little bit too slow to play it. Even when they do identify it, they're slow. They're running too slow. They need to sprint as fast as they can to go fill that hole. And when they read pass, they need to get deeper drops. They're not dropping where they need to be dropping. So when we play zone coverage, the linebackers in secondary, as my high school coach used to put it, we got a lot of guys out there that are just covering grass. Okay, they're not covering anybody. You have to get your body on a body. And there's just too many people that don't really seem to understand where they need to be. And our linebackers, for instance, when they get their drops, they're only dropping like 2 or 3 yards. They need to, if they need to, turn their head to go find somebody, find the route concepts, find where these guys are going, and get your body on them. Get in the passing lanes. Don't just sit there and cover grass. Go find somebody to get on, and they definitely need to work on that and improving that aspect. But overall, I think that front seven is getting better, but just need to play faster and learn their responsibilities. I can't wait to see J.J. Peterson get out there. Maybe we'll see him next week against, maybe we'll see him this week against UTEP. I don't know if he's ready to play yet, but it'd be nice to see what he can do for us. And then our secondary, I was very pleased to see Theo Jackson getting the start over Trayvon Flowers as our 5th DB back there at safety. And I think he played a good game. Came down and did some good things in run support, whether he made a tackle or whether he condensed the run lane, whatever he did, took on blocks. I think he did a good job. He played hard, looked pretty good in pass coverage. I think Nigel Warrior is still playing a little too slow for me. He doesn't seem very sure of himself out there right now. He's trying to find himself. He needs to get a pick or something to get his confidence up because he seems very uncertain right now. He's slow playing everything. When he identifies a run, like I said last week, he is playing it too slow. And I don't just mean that he's seeing it slow. I mean, even when he sees it, he's running too slow. As a safety, you're secondary run support, okay? So I'll give him that, right? Make sure it's run before you come up. But once you see run, you've got to come down and help out. Whether you're coming down to force a play back inside or to clean up a tackle, help close off some running lanes, whatever it is, you've got to get downhill and get downhill now. And Nigel Warrior has not been doing that for us. He's sitting on his heels waiting too much instead of just coming in and attacking. So definitely want to see him improve there. I think our corners played well. Really like what I'm seeing out of Bryce Thompson. He got his first career pick on Saturday. It was a tip pass, but he was in good position regardless. He did get beat early. He was playing press man. I think the receiver gave him a double move. Maybe it was an out and up. And I guess he bid on it. Couldn't really see because he got cut out the screen there, but he bid on it and got beat deep. Fortunately, it was overthrown. But despite that, he's young. He never played defensive back in high school, so it's completely new to him. He's a guy that I think will definitely be probably our second best corner by the end of the season, if not already our second best corner. I think Alontae Taylor's number one, and then you can make a legitimate argument that Bryce Thompson's our number two best corner on that team. I think Alontae Taylor was good. Again, I don't think he really gave up anything. Was in good position. Did a great job of run support. Bryce Thompson did great in run support as well. Really like those two guys, two true freshmen that are really playing very well on the edge. And still not pleased with Bailey Buchanan. He's still too lackadaisical. He's just a sometimes guy and not an all-time guy. But overall, I think the unit played well. Forced a few turnovers. Was thrilled to see Darren Kirkland Jr. get his pick six after what he's gone through and his injuries and things like that, and almost transferring out and just everything like that. So it was great to see that for him. But just overall, this team needs to learn to play faster. They need to learn to play as a team. They need to work on their pursuit angles and just really focus on doing their job. Realizing that there's 11 guys on the field, each guy has a job. If each guy does their job, the defense will be good. Our offense, starting with our offensive line, still are struggling up front, not getting consistent push, and still not doing a great job with the zone blocking and just letting guys run free too often. So we've got to get that corrected, and hopefully they make these corrections this week in practice, and this Saturday against UTEP, we see them getting on their guys, getting a body on a body. But overall, I think they got some pretty good push, especially after the rain delay. They're really getting some good push after that. But still very inconsistent, very, very inconsistent. Just need to work on some more consistent push. Amir Johnson missed a few blocks. I even saw Trey Smith miss a block or two, which is very, very rare to see. I think Ryan Johnson played well at center. I think that's his best position, honestly. He played that in the spring, and I think he looked very good playing that position in the spring. So having him back there, I think, makes this offensive line better. Just have to really lock down that right guard spot, which I saw Jerome's last name, Corvin, not sure what his last name is, but saw him get some reps, and he's going to help us out. And saw Chance Hall get some reps, and Chance Hall is a guy that I would like to see win that spot, but he's playing slow right now. He needs to pick it up, and that's going to come with reps. He's a guy that missed all the spring and most of summer, so he's still kind of getting back into game speed. But Drew Richmond looked good over there at right tackle, and just want to see him continue to improve week to week. I think our tight ends blocked better on Saturday. I saw some good things out of Dominic Wood-Anderson. He did good in the run game. Our fullbacks, Pope in particular, looked good run blocking. So, I think that group, that tight end / fullback group, looked pretty good for the most part. Our running backs, I think they ran hard, as always. Really like what I saw out of Jeremy Banks. He's a guy that needs to be getting at least 15, 20 touches a game. He's definitely a difference maker. He has an attitude about him. I love him getting the crowd up right there on the goal line. I'm a firm believer in being able to tell the defense what you're about to do and dare them to stop it. Okay, you have to have enough confidence in yourself and in your team that even if the defense knows what you're going to do, they still can't stop it. And I feel like Jeremy Banks has that mentality. And you can tell by the way he runs, he fully expects to get the yards that he needs to score a touchdown and get a first down. So I just love the way he's running right now. I want to see him continue to build off that momentum and continue to build his confidence, because he's going to be a special player for us in the future. Tim Jordan ran well. Monty London's still trying to find his way, but I think it will come along. I think we'll get Ty Chandler back next week or this week, and he's a very explosive guy. We'd like to see him get some carries and get his confidence back up as well. But overall, pleased with the running game. I think we kind of had our way with their offensive line, which you would definitely expect playing a far inferior opponent. And then our receivers, I think they look good. They made some tough catches. I think Palmer's definitely coming on. He's a guy that he has the speed, has the size, just doesn't really know how to go up and get the ball yet. Once he learns that, he'll definitely be a force. Great to see him, get a deep ball. Was great to see the offense take more shots down the field. Definitely was pleased with that. Took a shot down the field to Palmer, took a shot down the field to Callaway, but I want to see more shots. I don't know if Juwan Jennings had any throws his way all game, and that's got to change. He's got to get at least 5, 6, 7 targets per game, and at least half of those need to be down the field. So definitely want to see us force it down there to him more and Callaway more, because those guys, they're going to win those 50-50 balls. And if Palmer can become another guy that can go up and high point the ball, then that's another option for us right there. So, but overall, I think the receivers did a good job. They do a very good job blocking, pretty consistently. They block very well on the perimeter, and that's a sign of a well-coached team when your receivers block well. So, definitely love to see that. And then just looking at Garantano, I think he played well, made some good throws. Really not much to say about him. He is who he is. He showed us last week what he could do, and he came out here again this week, and he did the same thing. He's very consistent, can make throws down the field, can make throws into tight coverage, can make throws across the middle, can stand in the pocket, take hits, deliver strikes. Very good quarterback for us. Just needs to continue to work on pre-snap reads, identifying the blitzes, identifying where we're weak at, shifting the protection, looking for his hot routes quicker, things like that. But overall, good game for him. It was good to see Keller Chris get some reps out there. He looked pretty good. Definitely need to continue to develop him, just in case we need him. So, was very happy with our offense, especially in that second quarter when they had that explosion of points. But just need to continue to fix the issues on the offensive line. They're still not playing as a group, still are missing blocks too often, and just not getting a consistent enough push for me, especially against a team like East Tennessee. I expect every single play to be, us knocking them 4 or 5 yards off the ball. And maybe my expectations are too high for those guys, but I expect them to dominate a far inferior opponent like that. But overall, pleased with this team. I think they're definitely moving in the right direction. It's got to clean up a few things, and hopefully they can get those corrections made in practice, and we can see those corrections manifested this week as we play UTEP. But pleased with this team moving forward. I think we have a bright future ahead of us, and I think this team can still win some games. Just need to continue to get better at the little things each and every day. But hey guys, that's all I got for this video. I know it wasn't as long and as in-depth as maybe some of the last videos were, but again, we're playing against East Tennessee, so not really very much you can make of playing against a team like that, because it's such a talent gap right there. But overall, good game. Can't wait for next week. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and stay tuned for more. Thanks, guys.